a microphone would help. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's we've been gone for 3 years, Dawn.
We are back from our vacation here at work, and we're back with you on the air with Blinded by the Item.
It's been a week.
I have to tell myself what I'm doing.
So for those of you who don't pay attention regularly and wondered what happened to your favorite YouTube channel, if you're listening on the radio, you know that myTalk, we essentially mostly go off the air for the 4th of July week. So that's why there were no Blinded by the Item episodes last week, or at least there was one. It was a Friday episode. Look, we are now back in the saddle and you can just relax. We'll be here Monday through Friday.
Yes, we will. The biggest thing that happened that we've been talking about since November daily, Diddy was acquitted on sex trafficking and racketeering charges. He did get convicted on 2 Mann Act counts, and that is not anywhere near what they were going for.
When you say Mann Act, you're referring to the prostitution.
Yes,
charges.
MANN. And as Harvey Levin said on TMZ, just to break it down, it's like somebody hiring a sex worker from the Valley and taking them over. These are very, very small counts, and it's a shocking. It's shocking that he got acquitted on those. I think we're all sort of shocked. But in my opinion, I think the prosecution did a horrible job trying to make their point.
Why is that?
We kept waiting for those things that were like, okay, we're getting all the salacious sex parties out. And yes, he's an abusive guy. And yes, he's very controlling. But show us the hard evidence that he was racketeering, meaning basically doing criminal acts with his businesses involving these freak-off parties. And they didn't ever come up with hard evidence to show that.
I think a lot of us were frustrated, saddened, surely, for the victims in this case. At least I will speak for myself. That was my reaction when I saw that he was acquitted on the main counts of the 5 charges that he was initially charged with. And so while he is still facing a maximum of 20 years in prison, I don't know that that's going to be the case. However, at least there is some justice, certainly not the justice that we, much less the victims themselves, were hoping for. So that in and of itself is extremely frustrating. But I think you're also right, Dawn, that the prosecution, I have a lot of questions about their strategy, and the confidence that they had led a lot of people to believe that this was going to be a slam dunk based on what they'd been told. Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming that includes the victims themselves. So I'm frustrated. I would like to know more about where the strategy went wrong. The little bit that I've heard from, at least one person on the jury was that they didn't consider his celebrity when making this decision. That said, you have to believe that when you're staring at a celebrity, that in some way affect how you're thinking about the case, whether or not that led to those other charges not being convicted, or led him to not be convicted. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's certainly frustrating just from, your gut reaction of what the victims had to go through.
Definitely. Yes.
So that happened.
Uh-huh.
What else happened, Mike?
A bunch of different things that led to juicy bits of gossip with the names left out.
All right.
Let's get it started with today's Blinded by the Item. A whole stockpile of things to go through after this week off. So should be a fun few weeks. Let's start working through it today.
I kind of get the impression that you're going to see how much Dawn and I weren't looking at the internet over the last week.
That's so true.
And I will just say, we're off for a week. So there was, some events that took place even the week we left, like a wedding that took place and some other things that happened. So you won't be surprised if some of those stories start to trickle in and trickle out here as we get things going this week. Like this one, she was in the area hoping to be a late addition, but this foreign-born A-list actress from a long-running sitcom was not going to get an invite because she once turned down the groom, and he holds grudges like no other.
Whoa.
So she was in the area hoping to be a late addition, but this foreign-born A-list actress from a long-running sitcom was not going to get the invite because she once turned down the groom, and he holds grudges like no other.
Okay, I have a thought on this. We know that I'm assuming this is Jeff Bezos.
This is.
And
Lauren Sanchez. Yep.
For some reason, I have it in my head that did he try to go on a date or something with Courtney Cox? Okay, it wasn't Courtney
Maybe
Cox.
he did, but she is not the individual who was nearby. I will say this is a foreign-born A-list actress.
Okay. Did he try to date Sofia Vergara? Okay.
Good guess.
Like the blind
Or did you know
lead us
that?
to believe that?
Maybe.
It was somewhere
Maybe
there.
in my head somewhere.
No, that's a great guess.
Well, it's the correct guess. She is indeed that foreign-born A-list actress from a long-running sitcom. According to the blind item, Sofia Vergara was in the area and hoping to be a late addition. She's not going to get an invite, though, and was never going to get an invite because, according to the blind item, she turned down Jeff Bezos in the past, and he holds grudges like no other.
What, are you just going to hang around on a gondola? Just like, hey, everybody.
I will say, soon after the wedding, like a few days after the wedding, she was seen on a yacht hanging out with a bunch of people who were at the wedding.
Oh.
So the thing that I would say to this is like, maybe he holds grudges. Who doesn't, I guess? I don't know. Have you met a tourist? Would you invite that person to your wedding? That's kind of an odd thing to do, right?
No way.
Like, all my exes are coming to my wedding, you guys.
If it was someone who I had a child with that I co-parent with and, that situation, sure, I could understand having them at a wedding.
Maybe if you're on good terms, but
sure.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say, out of those 200 guests, I think there were maybe 30% that have probably never had a conversation with Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
So I think it's more from a celebrity standpoint of her hoping to get that invite and maybe just getting the invite because, oh, look, there's another A-lister.
Yeah, like thinking she would sneak through.
Oh my gosh.
Because again, the blind items led us to believe that for the vast majority of the people, not the vast majority, but for at least 30 to 40% of the people at that wedding, they had never had a relationship with either Lauren Sanchez or Jeff Bezos.
Did it not smell a little Harry and Meghan in that a lot of the people attending were maybe there because of their celebrity? More than the relationship they had.
Sure. It's just like the Gilded Age. Like back in the time, there's
Are you trying
list.
to bring in that TV show again, girl? Or do you mean the actual Gilded Age?
During the Gilded Age, Mary Astor in New York, she had her list of like 200 people.
Yeah.
And she was real assy about it. Like you had to be
rich people
the
got rich
people, and you had to be on that list. So that's what it reminds me of.
I love that you had to go all the way back to the 1800s and not like, I don't know.
It just reminds me of the list,
Dynasty or something.
All right, so there's our first one from way back when that wedding took place. Which seems like an eternity ago. It was only last week.
Yeah.
Wild. Let's go ahead and do another blind item here as we're rolling through them. The reason why people think there might be trouble in paradise between this A-plus list reality star and her boyfriend, who we only know because of her, is because she refuses to have conversations with people she deems beneath her.
Oh.
She uses him as the middleman, so she's normally not mad at him, just mad at the person she's talking to through him.
Okay, that last part, I was laughing at Bradley. Can you repeat it?
The reason why people think there's trouble in paradise between this A-plus list reality star and her boyfriend, who we only know because of her, is because she refuses to have a conversation with someone she deems beneath her. She uses him as the middleman, so she's normally not mad at him, just mad at the person she is talking to through him.
Oh, okay. Ooh,
that's a lot. Okay.
Ooh.
So reality
just an
star.
A-plus list reality star and her boyfriend.
And the boyfriend we only know because of her.
Correct.
It's not a Kardashian.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Timothy Chalamet?
Well, I guess technically it's not a Kardashian.
Well, so it's
Jenner. Kylie Jenner?
Nope.
Well, no, because we don't know the guy other than...
Oh, this is Kendall.
Nope.
Chris?
Brody?
Chris.
Yeah,
and
because
Corey Gamble?
Corey Gamble.
According to the blind item, the reason why people think there's trouble in paradise, and there's really not, is because Kris Jenner uses Corey Gamble as the middleman when she's having conversations with anybody she deems beneath her. That's
Oh,
why when
no.
she seems frustrated at him, she's actually just mad and upset with the person that she's using him as a
I like this idea.
Okay.
And totally plausible.
Oh my God.
And
That's
again-
what relationships are for. When there are people you don't want to deal with, you have your partner deal with them.
There you go.
I mean,
Well,
layers. It's always good to have layers. And she's a badass like manager. I would not be surprised if she delegates to Corey.
yeah.
For sure.
He was looking really dapper
Was he?
getting on those boats.
Well, I think that's where this blind item
Getting
came,
on
I'm
those,
sure.
I've
came
been
from.
in the Ozarks.
we-
Getting on those boats is what
Getting
I just
on
said.
those boats.
We had some video that lip readers took to tell us what the conversation was like because it looked like they were very frustrated at each other. So
Okay.
I think that's maybe where this blind
That
item
would
came
be
from.
the most frustrating part of being a celebrity where people are staring at you with cameras. You're like, actually, I just, had a cramp, or I was just,
Talking about
like-
the tacos really gave me a stomach ache.
yeah, or like you woke up crabby from a nap. Like it is not necessarily a sign of our, pending divorce.
Yeah.
But
All
never
right,
know.
so there's another blind item for you. We are rolling through them today. Again, be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. You'll get notified as soon as we go live with our premiere
have
every
we hit
single day.
5,000 yet?
We have not.
You guys,
We have not.
this was our goal for the 4th of July.
Yeah, taking the
worked
week off
zero.
before it was probably a
Yeah.
bad idea.
We worked
Look,
zero.
we
on
didn't
it.
schedule this vacation.
No, we didn't. But we enjoy it.
No, yeah. Well, yeah.
Our,
Well,
We're forced to.
yes.
We're also going to
Just
enjoy
kidding.
hitting 5,000. So give us a like and make sure to subscribe.
What did we say we were going to do?
You're asking me?
Good point.
5,000. Well, oh, we were going to do if we reached 5,000?
Yeah.
I don't know. Some kind of dance?
Sure. I don't think we were offering to dance based
No.
on our ability to dance.
Knowing our history, it probably had something to do with very
Sour
sour
ball.
balls.
Okay.
That we would put in our mouth.
Please explain.
Yeah, the sour balls. Usually, if you guys take too long to answer a blind item, we have sour balls that one of our wonderful listeners gave us that are apparently the sourest of balls. Of all the balls, these are the
Ours
sourest.
is the sourest.
Oh, we
So
need to
put
have them
them-
on hand because we always talk about it. And then,
They're in there. I can go get them at any moment you would like one.
The
okay,
balls are on hand.
Better than in hand.
Well,
At least on YouTube, I don't think you can do that. In the mouth, sure.
let's do another blind item.
Did we just get banned?
Let's skip, actually. Speaking of in the mouth, this D-list movie actor that's been in hundreds of films, but is really known for just one franchise movie role, a role that he actually has reprised for a spin-off streaming series, is proving the hold the celebrity cult has on the industry. We haven't heard even a fraction of the problematic behavior from this very long career of this guy until he recently decided to go Mike Tyson on a coworker.
Oh,
He bit somebody's.
This D-list movie actor has been in hundreds of films, but is known for just one franchise movie role, a role that he recently reprised in a spin-off streaming series from that franchise. And it's just proving the hold the celebrity cult has on Hollywood. We hadn't heard about a fraction of his problematic behavior from his very long-running career until recently when he decided to go Mike Tyson on a co-star.
oh boy.
Well,
Well, it's a D-lister
celebrity
we're
cult.
working for,
Let's
so-
just knock the easy parts off first.
Exactly.
Scientology. So now,
He's in Scientology. Okay.
so the celebrity cult that has a hold over Hollywood, that
Yep.
would be Scientology.
There you go.
So he is a Scientologist.
And he, but again, it's a D-list movie star. I don't think this guy's name's going to be at the tip of your tongue, but maybe we can figure out the rest of it,
Okay.
including the fact that he went Mike Tyson on a co-star. What did you say, Bradley? What did he do?
Bit
his
an ear.
He didn't bite an ear, but he bit.
Oh, it's the Cobra Kai guy.
It absolutely
I
is.
didn't know he was a Scientologist.
Apparently none of us did, or we knew about his problematic past, even though he's been in the industry for
Yeah.
decades and decades of years. But according to the blind item, Martin Cove, by the way, is the guy's name. Martin Cove has been in hundreds of films, but we, of course, most know him for his role in The Karate Kid and The Karate Kid Part 2 and The Karate Kid Part 3 and Cobra Kai Season 1, 2. Yeah, he's been in all of that.
Okay.
He is just proving the hold Scientology has on Hollywood. We hadn't heard even a fraction of the problematic behavior through his decades-long career until recently when he decided to bite Alicia Hannah Kim also from Cobra Kai.
Just the weirdest story.
And that's where I want to pivot to, because you guys got the blind item. Have you heard the story?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, the biting story.
Of the story.
Yeah, for sure. At the convention?
Yeah, how it all played out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, for those who haven't, they were at like some sort of a con, just hanging out and signing autographs, stars of Cobra Kai. And as he was sitting down signing autographs, Alicia walked in, kind of gave him a tap on the shoulder just to acknowledge, hey, I'm here, Martin. Good to see you, or whatever. He grabs her arm and bites down so hard she thought he was going to draw blood.
So weird.
She then screamed for help. Her husband got the security guy that was on hand, the police officer. He came over, asked about the situation. They took it outside. They had a huge screaming match, and eventually Martin was asked to leave the convention.
That was
rightly
bizarre.
so.
I watched her. Somebody was videoing that and her giving him the riot act, and I was like, "You go, girl."
Well, yeah, and he later apologized, but you just got to wonder, like, okay, so somebody who's that age, who's in a public place.
Yeah, she said, "You're 60 years old."
This is like your game face, like your work face.
Mm-hmm.
You're at work. You're a professional. You did this. How many times has this happened before?
He's 78, by the way. He's 80
70,
years old.
So,
80.
you know,
That's why
like,
she's like, "You're 80 years old."
So unless this is some sort of like, I don't know, age-related issue that popped up out of nowhere, you got to believe this dude has had problematic things in the past, and maybe we just weren't paying attention, or they went unreported.
And we have started to have some of those trickle out.
Got it.
Which is why the story is
Makes
saying
sense.
that Scientology maybe has a pretty, we know it has a stronghold on Hollywood, and
They're
maybe
good at
even
getting
more than we
stories
thought.
disappeared.
Yeah. So there you go. I will say during the 4th of July, he had a post that he put out there and said, I hope everyone has a great 4th. And some people made some comments like, yeah, it's a great 4th, red, white, and bites or something. And
Red
like
bite
something else with the bite. He liked all those posts that reference his biting incident that took place a few days earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a great guy.
Take the phone away from Grandpa.
Yeah. That's another blind item here. An offspring seems to be the only person who has any influence over this permanent A-list singer. Everyone sees it, which is why he has been offered a cut from the A-lister's manager and sibling if the offspring can get the singer to start performing again. An offspring seems to be the only person to have any influence over this permanent A-list singer. Everyone sees it, which is why he has been offered a cut from the A-lister's manager and sibling if the offspring can get the singer to start performing again. Dawn, you look very convinced. Bradley, not so much.
Are the offspring, do they act or do anything else? Do they sing also?
No.
No. Okay. I just
were you
wanted
thinking?
to, I was thinking about I was thinking about Ozzy since he just did his final performance.
But this is
and
somebody
he has
who they
several
want
hits.
to perform.
Yes.
Yes. Who hasn't?
Yeah. So an offspring seems to be the only person to have any influence over this permanent A-list singer. Everyone sees it, which is why that offspring has been offered a cut from the A-lister's manager and sibling if the offspring can get the singer to start performing again.
This should be somewhat obvious, I think. It's not in my brain, and so it should be obvious. I don't get that part. But
Is it a foreign-born singer?
so this is like an aging rocker?
No.
Okay.
Pop star?
Is this
You're
a
using
woman?
the word- It is a woman.
Oh, it's a woman.
You're using the word aging. not me.
Oh.
Madonna?
Girl, she'll perform till she's dead. This-
Cher?
I think you need to go a little younger
Oh.
than Cher. Does she still like to perform, just not her chosen field? Like maybe when she's on a boat using her phone.
Oh, I didn't see this.
Yeah, you did.
I did?
And we've talked about it.
Well, it's great.
She likes to dance, but not sing.
In the words of Michael Scott,
Brittany?
it's Britney, bitch.
Oh my gosh. Perfect.
An offspring. Who would that offspring be?
Jaden.
Jaden.
Who would the manager and the brother be? Or I guess sibling be?
Wait.
her brother. Her
Janie.
brother. No.
What's his name?
Brian.
Brian.
And don't call me Cade Hudson, the manager as well.
Cade, okay.
According to the blind item, it is Jaden Federline who is actually the only person who has any influence over Britney Spears at this point, and everybody sees it, which is why Jaden has been offered a cut from both Cade Hudson and Brian Spears if he can get her to start performing again and making some money.
That I totally believe, because I think that the people just think, like, if we can just wind
start
her
making
up,
money again,
put something on her and shoot her out on stage, she'll do her thing. I don't know that that's a good idea. Also, it didn't occur to me that her kids' last names were Federline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want my name to be Spears.
I mean, they can change it, you know.
I would. They don't. They love their daddy, but.
Daddy. All right. Well,
you guys
for
got
some
it.
reason, I don't. Britney's in a different category to me. I know she's permanent A-list singer, but it has nothing to do necessarily with the quality of her voice, you know? Because I put, people like Lady Gaga.
Oh, well, she's
Cher
A-list
and-
because
yeah.
she's Britney.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it has partially to do with, just her celebrity, that she's A+ list.
Oh, and like literally pop star. I mean, her pop star status
That's
for sure.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one hits. All that.
All that stuff.
All right. Let's she was on a boat. Tell us more about that.
Yeah. What
Oh,
happened?
she's always on a boat. Do you know,
Yeah,
like
I'm
when
on a
she'll be on a yacht and
yeah.
dancing, and then there's like a guy in the background going, I'm literally getting paid to make sure she doesn't
True.
fall off the boat.
Yeah.
And hey, look, it's an honest day's work.
Yeah. She just posted on Instagram.
This is the kind of job that I will take on in retirement. My goal in life is to retire and just be useless
An
background.
influencer. Oh.
No, useless background,
Oh.
so that I can observe all the celebrity shenanigans. And
Sure.
I won't say anything. I won't have a radio show about it. I will literally
Mhm.
keep it to myself until one day I write a book.
Oh. Can't wait for that.
Speaking of permanent A-list singers, all his new music is terrible. So this permanent A-list singer/actor has resorted to bringing up the infamous moment that turned everyone off from him. Quite a 180 just to get clicks. All his new music is terrible. So this permanent A-list singer/actor has resorted to bringing up the infamous moment that turned everyone off from him. Quite a 180 just to get clicks.
Oh.
So he's a singer, but not a good one. Is that what we're saying?
All this is saying is his new music's terrible.
It's not Bieber, is it? Okay.
Permanent A-list singer/actor
Mm.
has resorted to bringing up an infamous moment that turned everyone off from him just to get some eyeballs on him.
This is not like a Jared Leto experience, is it?
It is not.
But in that kind of
This person's
creepy.
a permanent A-lister, much higher than
Okay,
that
so
individual.
are they a singer first and then did some acting like Harry Styles, or?
They're a singer first and then went on to win an Oscar.
Oh.
So not Johnny Depp.
No.
Okay.
An
That
Oscar-winning
Let me
actor.
look at that list.
Oscar-winning actor
Permanent
who started
A-list
as a singer. Harry Connick Jr.?
Yes. His role in Independence Day won him an Oscar.
Look!
And then he did something so
He was
bad.
also in other stuff, too.
Let's see.
Which sounds like a sequel. That should literally be the name of a sequel. Other stuff, too.
Okay. Somebody that did something crappy.
The movie's not
Christian
crappy.
Bale was in Newsies as a kid.
No, the movie was, he won an Oscar?
He did win an Oscar for one of his performances, but this is an permanent A-list actor. I'd argue permanent A+ list singer/actor has resorted to bringing up an infamous moment that turned everyone off from him. Quite a 180 just to get clicks. That's because his new music is so bad.
His new
Gosh.
music.
So he's still putting on albums.
Sometimes I give you guys clues and I don't even realize it.
Oh.
Say it again.
What was your guess, Bradley?
Harry Connick Jr.
And I said Independence Day won him an Oscar.
Alec Baldwin?
Independence Day.
Oh,
Will Smith.
His co-star
it's so
in Independence
obvious.
Day. Well, I wouldn't say Harry Connick Jr. was a star of that film,
Yeah,
but
he was in it.
according to the blind items, all of Will Smith's new music is so terrible that he has resorted to bringing up
Got it.
what infamous moment?
The slap heard around the world.
Oh, come on.
In a recent freestyling video that went viral online, he brought up the slap with Chris Rock. You remember that thing that he was trying to get us all to forget for the last 2 years?
Yeah.
But now he's bringing it back up because
the thing that
music is
so
so terrible.
showing up at the Oscars. Yeah.
But the most important thing is he likes pretty girls. I like pretty girls.
We don't want this to get flagged.
No, that's okay.
It's a parody song.
It's a parody song.
I think
it was a parody song when he did
I know
it.
you guys are great at singing and all, but I think we're good.
If you haven't seen that music video, please ruin the next 3 minutes of your life and Google it.
But don't you think it's so obvious in the sense that, of course, he's going to talk about this story at some point because that's what you do when you have nothing else.
And right now, he's got nothing else.
Yeah. And their family, I mean, they're experts at using their own stories to further their career, which they have done so successfully, sadly, like we have done so successfully Monday through Friday on the radio, on MyTalk. Or wherever you get your podcasts, you can download them there, like and subscribe, and tell all your friends about it. We also have our very own YouTube channel, and you can watch this unfold. It's called
Blinded by the Item.
We'll be back tomorrow, I promise. Bye.
Bye.
Blinded by the Item.